When did business beget bloodshed? Business is supposed to be a beautiful thing, like art. Two or more parties coming together in harmonious agreement of terms and conditions, wherein everyone can take advantage, and no one is reduced to margins. Nowadays, business is what an executive says it is. Either you're running numbers and living for a breath of fresh air, or you're in the trenches, waging war with the next best. I would like to say my generation is simply a product of the corporate world. But let's be honest with ourselves. Our reality was realized before we were born. Before that, we made an entrance into what we didn't want, what we don't need, yet still have to work for. As an associate, I moved from one place to another and influenced my predecessors out of fear for becoming my antecedents. One down, always one more to go. I understand I won't get much done while my peers sleep on the wonders of life. But publishing my doings and macabre dreams might serve as a contingency for after my own contract is up. Should I disappear under mysterious circumstances, know that it could have been anyone at this point, even you, just following orders, asleep through it, or a conscious subordinate. Business is war.
Socio.
Danny E.B. Knock knock. This goes out to corporate. Let me in. Let me in. Let me incorporate. I'm tired of beating down doors in the middle of storms to make my voice heard before the thunder and lightning begin echoing through the conference. I've been looking for love in all the wrong places. I brought this hate because I was right outside of the hallway when I heard people were being let go on account of managerial incompetence. We aren't all pawns, we put in the dirtiest of work. When it's not shoulder to shoulder, I say we because I haven't stopped hustling. After every victory comes the sudden realization you will still have blowback from the higher up to deal with. I don't look to the sky except I know I need to go to the top floor. Presidential offices with views of a dream world. Truth is I shatter egos with the kind of truth so cold you will know why they call it the old soul. I funk with executives right outside of the bistro. Mental war games every time I engage in conversation. I implement skullduggery to get felt. I don't speak out too loud, I don't need the attention. I might be a straight killer, socio, asesino incognito. If I'm not sowing the seed, I'm laying the foundation. Hear me out, nod silently if you agree with what I'm saying. I know why you hate your job. Salary is just a fancy way of saying slave for pay. I don't get any bright ideas, those belong to your handler as soon as you open your mouth. It's not like everyone's been promoted to marketing now. Better off working diligently on what you're assigned. From what I can tell, even the CEO would get up off the RAS and continue to do right by their business license. That last line should send chills to officers who become complacent. I'll never leave my pistol misplaced, it rarely leaves my briefcase. I'm bringing the war to them, while they have my associates trapped in cubicles, sneaking alcohol and antidepressants, just to get through the day, go home and dread having to wake up until the next. I won't sleep if that's what it takes. I operate 24/7 with a ski mask, silk tie, some paper and a pen. I will draw up contracts and have them notarized in your own department. And when you finally realize I've been corporate level sick, you will see entry level positions as the farce minimum wages. I can't live with the manager whose disposition is not having to learn a thing. Any title above representative can't save you from the heat of having stacked profits too close to the sun and not spreading it. Yeah, L-E-N. Socio. It's like a follow-up interview. Taking the initiative. Ask away. Yeah. You called me. I never called you. I tell the truth, even when I lie. I'm on time, even when I'm late. This makes no sense until you give me the reason to take initiative and prove what ends I could come up with. I tie up the loose ones, cut off the frayed and sew them all in. I get started before I'm even told I'm going next. Like I said, I take the initiative. Go ahead and combat any opponent. I don't see how it's fair when I'm thrown into the spotlight and expect to please a tough crowd after so much disappointment. I work for my own account, my own accord, my own conditions. If I'd met my work 2 days earlier, I wouldn't have needed to make a presentation. Seeing as how it's about who you know, not about what you do, only makes it more difficult to take the initiative and getting started. Nowadays, subordinates can't without management's involvement. I work alone and make progress where I see fit. Don't work for anyone but myself. I only contribute the skilled labor. I'm an expense, not a liability, but cheap when you really think about it. Volunteer my mind and get paid like a sheep. Eat bi-weekly until my heart's content, then get sheared and sell off my creativeness. Now I know who's buying. Not a keeper of souls, but the keeper of brethren. How will I deal with this? I am worth more to you than life is to me. Efficiently parting with my blood, sweat, and tears. The hustle is a dirty one indeed. I don't pull the wool over anyone's eyes. There's something sadistic about making the blind see. I'm masochistic in my dreams. I take the initiative and sacrifice my first move just to have my last wish. I laugh finally after serving a sentence of undue smiling. I'm articulate in my intentions. If you could just take a moment to shut up and listen. Plans never go according. If you have the sense to share them with the senseless, without sense of what steps to take next, that's not business. I make no exceptions to terminate on sight. Shot callers or henchmen, CEOs, members on the board, even those making wages. I associate with everyone out to get what they want before what they deserve. I need to resist the urge to jump on guns before they need to be heard. Diplomacy only gets a person so far before becoming unheard of. Don't fear what they don't know until I told them to do just that. But don't be scared, I'm here on initiative. My role as an individual professional beats having to answer to stockholders. Stockholders could learn a thing or two if they held stock for better motives, but no, everyone for themselves, and I love every moment. I see money making the world go round, no need to stir the pot. I instead use the spoon to have my cake and eat it too. Divine decadence, robustly rich, not wealthy by any means. If I had you think you can, you would become content with just icing. And that is exactly what I don't need. Yeah.
Conjured by dice.
Socio. I'm not taking pot shots anymore. I'm letting them all up. Business is war. Yeah. Squeeze. Don't pull, just squeeze. Business is war when it becomes dirty with extortion. My associates will attest, even the good life gets boring. Infinity and one reasons why money brings happiness. Still, that one escapes us all. I call it bag taxes. I've paid my dues in advance. Every second out of ignorance is an eternity in hell, and I'm living in it. The worst part about home is not knowing where you left it. I leave my pain on the dresser every morning and pick up my weapon. I'm so down, I have no right to life, so I'm out of options to make mistakes and choose wisely, for my next could be my second to last step. Socio, aka the associate. Trust belongs to those who know what to do with it. I trust no one, so I speak in the open. The mask ensures I receive the same treatment. No need to direct my speech, I reconcile attention. I don't go anywhere, my pistol isn't allowed. The self-centered isn't always in the middle of the crowd. Moving silence when it comes to making friends. Ethics and morals clash when money becomes the topic of debate. Objectively, I wouldn't do anything for it. On the off chance I have to do everything I want to badly. Always dressed to the nines, the ski mask and tie make Wall Street moguls fail Rorschach tests. I don't look as relaxed sitting behind an executive's desk. My briefcase is the only thing saving you from this pen. Having to sign your livelihood away should be enough to make you quit and start working for a living. Like good folks say about the truth destroying what is not meant to be. I don't think about what I'm saying, I think about what I'm hearing. Threats become violence when guns come out and prove what I'm trying to tell you, and leave without having gotten the message across. I take as much time as I need along with dying words, so long as negotiations don't cease to get hurt. There's enough room on earth for everything in this world. I loathe having to deal with corporate officials willing to shoot themselves in the foot because it comes with paid vacation. Makes one wish company cars overlook bulletproof windshields. I didn't come with a manual to differentiate good from evil. You're either a pariah or a parasite. Simple enough motive to take that promotion from district to regional. Either way, having to move up in anything is enough said to believe the system is fixed and education is rigged too. I've seen good citizens submit themselves to horrid conditions, and the worst kind of people given the largest tax breaks. Flesh, blood, or not, breath and pulse or without it. I know you have the eyes and ears without having to lobby. Corporations represent their own respective representatives. Stock options are without them. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my rule. From the fleet to the stock market, it's more defined the longer you follow the money. Some call it becoming distinguished, having disposable income. I'm expendable to the point I get done reloading. Enough with the bread, out come the knives and butter. Working together ensures we all get fed. Everyone's right to live makes Socio a privilege. It's business, it's so fun, it's war, until my death. Insert your prayer requests here before you go out. Make associates and handle business. Yeah, I got them too. Response was a bit delayed.
Did you see the look on that one face? Took 2 of these, now can't call it no
It was quick, smooth, gotta admit, I'm pleasantly surprised.
That's right, it was. I know we're hot now, so we'll have to move on to the next ahead of schedule.
Just how I planned.
You don't plan. That's why we're here.
Got the company behind us.
That's right. We'll be en route to our secondary. I'll hit you in about 5. DZ Cobain's got our cover. Winter's got logistics. Just give me 5.
The company.
What do you think sent them? Maybe?
I got him.
You don't, though. You remember.
Pretty sure we got sold
Okay
out.
then, the mask stay on. Pull up. Corner office 2. HH solid. You ever mess up so bad you had to go back, fix it? This is an overcorrection. Take care of it. How can I get away from trouble is the question I ask myself in search of the truth. A touch more than curious. I can't help but overturn every stone and keep my mouth shut. I keep a silencer on my cannon. Only I know what victims have coming to them. Life and death, rolled and pressed into brass cases. I let go of everything while I'm steady exhaling. Inhale against the grain and overcorrect again to get even, because I was born to lose but bred to win. So I move with the herd while I peel off bloodstained clothes after the fact. I'm dirty behind looking good. The worst deeds paired with the next best intentions. Always making up for the actions of my colleagues. Greed is the one trait best kept to oneself. Showing off can have associates wandering into your lobby. I don't go anywhere I'm not allowed if I'm not packing. Taking day trips to become whole weekends, then scheduled vacations. Incorporating never felt so good, like the sound of a ballpoint pen going dry, tearing through signatures. I'm overqualified to know it. Humbling to think I'm unemployed until I become a working threat. I don't work because I'm in love with the motive. I take it all personal. Business is a diplomatic cover for murder. If I'm not buying, then I'm selling. If we can't shake hands and benefit, it's because one of us isn't breathing. I'm all for building up and breaking down. Get some if you want to, just be sure to bring the capital. All I have is power, I don't want money. More liability, burning with ink. I feel for trees cut down to become fine print. I get emotional about currency and folks who refuse to believe investment might be worth livelihoods put in jeopardy. I don't make accusations I can't fill with gasoline. All it takes is one bright idea, a hop, skip, and a jump for entry-level employees. I might bury my own manager to get a promotion. I got love for my people, don't get me wrong, but not the titles we hold against our egos. We're all associates, just as soon as we know I'm Socio, Latin for the same people. In respect to respect, and now for everything else. I don't work for anyone but everyone else. If I had New World money, I would do what others have done and hide from me too. Then off myself, if subliminals are worth any weight in salt. Serving to preserve the scared and have them waiting for me, not the other way around. I told them one day we would be working together. Two different mindsets with the same ultimatum. Only one has masters and I don't have a care. I meant what I said about potential. All I need is a yes to give the green light and go. I don't have a chain of command or request for approval. I need it all in writing before I present it to any board of people, by people, for profit margins in excess. I'm regulating corporate, personally taxing the rich to make professionals out of freaks. I'm outside now in my own suit, staring in. I won't knock twice, just take the opportunity to reconcile accounts, counting my blessings and sins. Between the free lunches and times I couldn't eat, I'm having to overcorrect to keep my position as an ordinary man, the altruistic cynic, Socio, the associate, a conscientious villain. Danny EB. Socio. So 10 business commandments. In this life and the next, ambition will always trump respect, with understanding being the prime objective towards success. Simply put, business is war, and I've been in it before. Played by the rules long enough to make up some of my own. I, Socio, did just that. 2 hands full of knowledge, you too will learn to let go. So, in no particular order, they go. Number 1. You need to be professional. To look the part goes hand in hand with having to walk the talk. So don't expect to be hard if you believe the average Joe. Number 2, get down to business. This step should be the easiest to take. Do not go out of your way without a sense of direction. For the 3rd and last time, do not overdo introduction. Similar to 1 and 2, just stated in different fashion. See, names are like secrets. Some you will forget to mention. Others will be overstated as a ruse for attention. Do not forget number 4. Don't act like you know the business if you haven't been personally let in. You should know then exactly how you're going to make an entrance. Number 5 is to start your approach from the outside. I have yet to meet the man who had to dig and climb and live to survive. Those who tried have died after only lasting a few turns before succumbing to overexposure. Number 6, cover all of your bases. It's difficult enough to watch your own back as it is. Keep your plans for victory from the clutches of friends, like you would plans of defeat from your prospective enemies. For number 7, it's the requirement of diplomacy, the only way to keep logic and rationale in check. Number 8, do not ever send a messenger. There is a fine line between express guarantees and legit threats. Number 9, eye contact is important. I won't emphasize this as much as you think. Just stick to what you were feeling about what you said when you did. That brings the total round out to number 10, which is do not be afraid. You will have to move forward or away, even start over again. Remember, most of these so-called professionals go their whole life without accomplishing a thing. Just because business is war, whoever said you should begin. You must learn to take losses equivalent to what you expect to win. It's not always about making the offers that nobody can refuse. Although having one everyone wants a piece of is called sharing a different points of view. Long days and long nights might add up to a long life. Eternity even, only having managed to seal the deal right. That's business.
Business is war.
Conjured by dice. You already know why me. You need to know why you. If I could put you in my shoes instead of just telling you to, we might just save ourselves the heartache that goes with misunderstanding. But I can't speak slow enough to intone emphasis, or fast enough to keep you here without jumping to the end of
sentences. In conclusion,
I don't believe you when you say exactly what I want to hear. I want proof by acts out of instinctual passion. What makes us live might as well be the reason we stop fighting. This is business. I'm speaking in terms for the layperson. I'm no better than I used to be, strung out on everything from dope to chemical affection. Instant gratification is not enough to be left out of mentions. I'm demented by illusions I've seen get smoked and thought to be real life. Now I'm stuck with no choice but to be real nice, in exchange for soft smiles and lukewarm words from the ones I call boss. An employee in the ranks, only smiling for the higher ups, and those always right. I can't complain because I'm customer service. There is no consolation for the real insiders. Open door policy is a joke, that's why I come to you first. My co-worker, my partner, as accomplice in a crime so deep and intertwined. It's difficult to distinguish the lines and who is right or wrong. Don't let me take you away from dreams you've held on to since you were a kid. My peers to me is anyone living during my time period. Turns out it's everyone who's passed and those left to be conceived of. I must admit, I was much too troubled for my parents to help me like they were to theirs. I guess being stuck in time makes fools out of everyone, thinking they know more than everybody else. I've known this for about as long folks thought they knew anything. I'm impressed, I'm not buried about as much as my loved ones think I'm still breathing. Still, doesn't mean I won't take a risk to hand out a monumentous beating. I would make an example out of making examples. I'm saying I would set precedents without holding my breath. Strike through like a match over magnesium bits. Bright lights and nickel-plated shells without the filling. Sweet and pungent, that is smokeless gunpowder. No mirrors or strings to let you know I'm serious. By the time you get that, I'll leave your significant other delirious. Open casket or closed, you make your mind. I hold every natural cause, no demand in my hand. Be it pen or pistol, active or passive, I'm sharper than I look in my suit. I couldn't be more flattered. My voice is the only thing I want left when peace talks come to a treaty. My ego is something reminiscent to disposable, balled up so many times and force-fed tough pills to swallow. I'm all about consideration for the next person, so they get none of it. Reiteration is the closest you will get to me not pleading insane, so long as you know why you chose to lead and not vice versa. Maybe you wanted to know what, when, where, and how, but not really the who in reality. That is Socio. To say the least, I associate to get close and have nice things to say. Working on compliments with the backhand of a smooth criminal from top to bottom, or another way. I could have told you what you already know, like you already knew. Why you? Again. Here we go again. Again. One more time. I don't know any better than what I'm in the middle of. If I could go back to the beginning, I would do it again, just as I am now. It's no wonder I don't seem to learn except how to move better. If practice makes perfect, I should be a master. But since practice makes permanent, I could be a disaster. Lying in wait, poised to go off when the timing is just right and it becomes my turn. I'd cut in line the only way I was taught to. I've been here, been doing this. Just step to the side and let everyone else go. By now I should be given a spot near the very front, but I don't keep track of wins or losses, just where we're all at in the present. Insanity, please don't quench thirst. If only I know what I'm talking. The more I open my mind and let my thoughts come through my mouth, that eerie sensation of holding water for someone else becomes unbearable in the midst of a drought. Intellectually speaking, I'm more spiritual than I am living. If the Father and Son were indeed the Holy Spirit, then mothers and daughters are indeed respectively equal. In third-hand execution, I get off on technicalities as long as I promise to keep my nose clean. Still, regardless, I'm careful to get dirty. Well aware I'm not alone trying to come clean, even if my counterparts are busy getting better. Real purpose comes with time. Experience holds us up to our light. Truth be told, I'm on my best behavior. If the truth can't make one go crazy, not having known it too can keep you sane. Instead, I keep the facts from getting checked. Talking money only gets you so paid. When the bank can't cash checks, one individual stays writing. Small folks cash out, you old in Congress. Why no, it can't be about profit. Even scum don't deserve second chances when they go out. Whoever mentioned pension or retirement, Associates Incorporated only goes so deep at face value. You have to go deeper to really know what we're getting at. If I had to explain, I would run out the clock and time would keep going. Like I'm kept from checking my watch every 15 minutes and have whole lifetimes pass before my eyes. And if I sleep, I'm only taking a break. Even my dreams let me know I'm damned if I wake and damned if I don't. No options for retreat or surrender. My one-track mind has already figured how to get past the unforgivable, get over the unforgettable, and don't hand over control of the leverage ever. Strength becomes weakness only if you have a heart. I don't care for feelings much, mostly because I can't. If I had to tell the truth for once in my life, I would say I'm sorry for anything I ever did. Cause and effect can be a bitch. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness have everyone thinking they don't belong with anyone else. I wouldn't give my death for any of the above, but if sacrifices have to be made, I'm making sure to mitigate circumstances, and they aren't all mine. I can't leave a trace. As I told myself in hindsight, don't get played by your wants, even if you thought you had to fall for redemption. Mistake a failure for adjustment in politics. I'm nowhere near where I thought I would be, and I'm okay with it. So long as I don't have my sights set on my end, I don't know I'm insane. I don't know I'm insane. Again, I don't know I'm insane. Socio. This is my recuperation. I'm hurting. I've had to lose, let go. Except I can't lose, give up, or cry. Get over on my emotions just to put them aside. Manipulate teachers like they manipulate students. Lessons learned twice aren't the same if I'm still uncertain. On the off chance I'm being watched, 3 times aren't as charming when you don't have a shot. Fall back and snatch execs on the block in broad daylight. I told them whales can't pretend to commission bloodthirsty sharks, because every single tooth will find the mark. We work around more than quotas, so smile. We don't work for fun, single-handedly killing culture, fashion, and style without any real innovation. I can't go without hearing about the same burrito or cup of coffee. I mean, I would gladly partake if I knew they were straight with the plug and putting everyone onto organic. That goes to show even ballers in the corporate world make the same mistakes as shady dope dealers, contrary to stereotypical beliefs. So I come to the table as an independent professional. All I'm asking for is sponsorship. What I'm getting at is I have the talent I don't need for anything. I want to work with you, and that alone should make a statement. Not my fault, your insecurities surrounding money, stocks, and bonds make friendly competition synonymous with threat. But you already know I'm the closest anyone gets to making up for first impressions. I can't recall the last time I was genuinely happy. The smile I carry is a deterrent from being asked what's happening. My concentration can't be phased, only focus. So I tell my friends things that by policy I shouldn't. Given the handbook for conduct and to live my professional life by, it seems like I'm walled in by the anti-disestablishmentarianism that certainly isn't broken. Fixed just enough to keep a strong arm working with no question and just enough hope of a promotion. I'm having to bless my superiors before I feed and clothe myself. Every ethical system I know can be corrupted one way or another. All we have to do is look at ourselves seriously, look deep like narcissistically, and you'll see me like I've always seen myself and every one of my peers. I can't remember age ever having priority, only brute force punctuating diplomacy. Knowledge really is power. I guess that's making sense, even though not as common, because I'm withholding evidence that might repulse pain. It's like the more I learn, the less I appreciate the happiness bestowed on me, charged to others less fortunate. I'm happy stirring the pot and kicking the wasp nest, so long as I keep the ladle to eat with and the queen for questioning. Only I know most everyone is quick to agree. They're just happy to be alive and would sacrifice life, liberty, and the pursuit of it all to keep living. And that makes me sad.